Hey everyone, welcome to the Connection Hub and Speaker Insight, where we help speakers, authors and coaches build a business on your terms. So today you'll realise that Helena isn't here. She's actually got her mum over from in the country. So it's just me, but it's not just me because we've got a person joining us today who will be talking about Instagram. So I am going to be looking for her when she joins, and I'll be adding her in. Hi Steph, good to see you. Sorry, excuse my fingers here, trying to get rid of seeing who's live. Susan, no, not you. Okay guys, so while we're having people join, let's do what we normally do in the beginning of these Facebook Lives and talk about what's the buzz in your business. As many of you will probably be experiencing, it's juggling summer holidays for a lot of us at the moment. I know that I've been, everything, escape rooms, hint hunts around London, theatres, whatever you can think of, we've been doing. And luckily the weather's been quite kind to us. Hey everyone joining. But also we've got a lot going on in the business world still. So this is what Estelle, who's going to be joining us, is the founder of Mums in Business Association. So she'll really understand what it's like to juggle both worlds. But what we've got going on in the business world at the moment is that we've only got 10 tickets left for the Stellar Speaker Showreel event. So what I'll do in here is I'll put some links, or hopefully when we get this Estelle joining us, we'll be able to share this out into the groups. But the Stellar Spotlight event is where we help you, or I help you, to build a showreel as a speaker. And I know we've got the lovely Steph watching at the moment. She's actually going to be doing a 5-minute presentation to get some footage for her showreel. But this is the event here where we actually, let me get Estelle on, hang on a minute. Good bits of other people's showreels to basically make it your own, and also take you through step-by-steps on a storyboard of how to put together a great showreel. So as soon as we have got Estelle on, I will put the links in here for you. Hang on a minute, Estelle, I just did invite you to join. So if you can request, maybe, Estelle, guest requests. Let's see. If you go on, Estelle, and request to actually broadcast this with us, because I can't seem to add you. I know you're joining live. Sorry, guys. It says adding. Normally, we would do this via Zoom, but Zoom doesn't seem to be wanting to play today. So, yeah, I know. Thanks, Steph. We're looking forward to seeing you present too. Here we go, approve. So she should be joining us. Thanks for the patience, everyone. So I'll put the link into book your tickets for the Stellar Spotlight event. Hey darling, got you on
Hello, finally got here. That was a nightmare.
I know, tell me about it. Hey Denisa. Perfect. So we're just doing a bit of a what's the buzz in your business, and then we'll get to you, hun. So that's that. We've also, many of you who are in the Connection Hub will realise that we've actually got nearly like 5,000 members. So we're going to be running a competition in the hub, a referral competition for anyone who refers the most amount of people to actually get a free ticket to our next Connect and Create Day. So I will put all these links in now so that you can see the link to the Connection Hub, the link to the Connect and Create Day, the link to the Stellar Spotlight event. We've got a lot going on at the moment. And while I do this, now we've got the lovely Estelle on. Estelle, tell us a little bit about, before we talk about Instagram, what we're talking about today, tell us the buzz in your business.
The buzz in my business right now is probably the fact that our autobiography is about to launch in September. Wow. I literally got the first paperback copy through my door this weekend whilst I was in Amsterdam. So that is
having fun in Amsterdam.
That is super, super exciting right now. It's the first book that we are publishing under Miver Publishing. So it's nice. Super exciting on lots of different levels. We also have our social media summit coming up, which has now sold out. That's going to be an incredible event for lots of people to learn different ways to use social media.
And where's that going to be? Where's
That's
the
going to
social media
be,
summit?
the social media summit is being held in Leicester on the 27th of September. That is now sold out. I think the only thing that we have space for if somebody wants to come along and have a stall, but all of our tickets are sold out for that event. So that is very, very exciting.
That's an achievement in itself, right?
It's the first one that we've done, and hopefully it's going to be an annual kind of thing. So we're very excited for that as well.
I love that. And so with the book, are you publishing, hybrid, self, traditional? What route are you doing?
We are self-publishing. We are so excited. We've obviously, off the sort of success of the previous books, it was kind of like the journey kind of progressing by itself, I guess. It was just something that we've really enjoyed helping other people with in the past. So bringing out our own book it's very exciting and very nerve-wracking all at the same time.
Well, you're getting a lot of love. So I know a lot of people, a lot of our members are members of your group too. So we'll put the links to everything in. But I know there's a lot of mums in business who are also in the Connection Hub and also speakers, authors and coaches. So our worlds cross over quite a lot. And we're really, really grateful that you took the time out, especially in summer holidays, to come and chat to us. So let's just see, the reason why we called you on is because we've been getting in the Connection Hub quite a lot of questions around Instagram. We now know that it's obviously one of the largest social media platforms out there, and Facebook have acquired it, so obviously it's only going to get bigger. And when we set Speaker Insight up, Helena and myself, we were really clear that we were just going to focus on Facebook for at least 1 year to 2 years, build that tribe of what we've done in the Connection Hub, and then we'll start looking at alternative platforms. So I think our focus for later on this year is more LinkedIn, and then we've got Instagram as the next one. So we don't use Instagram, and so therefore we don't have any authority or credibility or knowledge to be able to share to our members. And we know that you're known as the Insta Queen, and your following is huge, but you've also taken a really similar journey to us, because you built your platform first on Facebook, and then it's moved over, and now you've acquired a great Instagram following too. So we really wanted to pick your brains today, because I'm learning just as much as our viewers are, on how to build an Instagram following on your terms, but also to get that engagement that you've got, because that's the thing that's really clear. It's not just about numbers. And I know we were talking before this live that Instagram are probably going to change in all countries, that you don't even see the level of engagements and likes and things like that. So it's really actually making sure that you're tracking it and you're doing it authentically, so you're growing a real tribe of support and raving fans, which I know, I'm sure you've got many of your raving fans watching this live as we speak. So just to give some background, can you tell the viewers a little bit about how you set Mums in Business Association up, and also how that's grown into you now being known and doing talks on Instagram?
Okay, so Mums in Business Association started as a Facebook group with my sister and myself. We were both mums in business in totally different businesses. I had recently set up a wedding photography business. I was self-employed, and my sister has had lots of different businesses, from sort of owning a boutique through to network marketing. And we both just felt really isolated in being mums in business, that there was nowhere for us to go to talk about being a mum. And not just that, being a woman. I think, like, as much as I love men, women have a whole different set of responsibilities. Even in this very equal world, I think we kind of still do have a lot of responsibilities. So the fact that we had nowhere where we could just, like, to start with, it was just a place for us to go so that we could have conversation and feel that we weren't being judged, and there were other people who understood us. And
like-minded people,
just like-minded people. And from there, we started the Facebook group in June 2017, and we now have a social media following of over 130,000 people.
Awesome.
Our main Facebook community, the one that we initially set up in June, has around about 42,500 members. So this has kind of evolved massively. It was never...
In what period of time was that, hun?
So we started in June 2017, and so we're just over 2 years old. So in about 26 months, we've grown a huge social media following. And like you said, we started predominantly on Facebook. Our Facebook group is the biggest community that we have. But we now have sort of splinter off groups as well. So we don't just have our main Mums in Business Association group with women from all around the world. We also have our location, our smaller location areas. So we have child-friendly networking events, sort of off the back of the Facebook group. We have those in 130 locations around the world. So each of those areas have their own Facebook group.
Yeah.
So everybody's part of the huge community. And then we have the sort of smaller areas where you can really get to know other women within your local area as well. So the sort of community that we have now it just blows my mind. This morning, I was saying to you this morning, I actually sat and thought, let's have a look at the numbers, because the last time we checked, we were like 65,000. So that's pretty old. And to sit there and work out this morning exactly how wide, it's incredible just to know the amount of women that we're touching and being able to connect. So that is just insane. And so we're just constantly evolving with the group. So it started as a Facebook group. And like I mentioned, we now have the networking events in, like, I can't even tell you how many, like, if you said to me, name some of the places, I probably wouldn't be able to. It blows my mind. My geography is bad at the best of times. So it blows my mind. I couldn't even tell you some of the places, but we're in America, Australia, Barbados, Spain. We are all over the place.
Well, what you have to do is you just have to do a world tour of all of them, darling.
I am definitely down for that. We are working our way around. I've spent some time this year doing some of the Instagram workshops, and I travelled around the UK. So I got to go to Somerset and Manchester and Bolton and London. So that was fun. But yes, Barbados is kind of a little bit different. So yeah, I think I might have to have a word with Leona and see if we can get some sort of business trip going on over there.
Oh dear, I love it. Perfect. So it's really good for people who are watching to see. One, it's impressive. I mean, we were blown away that we've grown like to 5,000 people in our group in 18 months, but the level that you've done is just incredible. And the fact that you set it up purely because you saw this need for women's and mums to actually have that shared common denominator, that place where they feel safe. And you can see when you really hit on something that people are really desperately needing, and you do it really authentically, but you're really consistent with your content, you show up all the time, and you're so supportive, it's proved to people that it's really possible. So and I like the fact that you've done it with Facebook first and then you've grown over. So give the viewers a little bit of an insight into what you think the difference between, say, Facebook and Instagram is, and how you use it differently, and what would be your advice.
Okay, so Facebook is great, like you say, for the community. We've got such a whole variety of people that can help each other out. I would say Instagram is more about giving. So you're constantly wanting to give to your followers. You're serving them. So this is, like you were saying, about thinking about the content that you're putting out there. It's not necessarily all about talking about you. So you will see on our Instagram that I talk about a lot of things that are going on. Now, personally, I have my own personal account. I get to talk about lots of things that are going on behind the scenes, because people want to see that. Not necessarily because I want you to see what's going on behind the scenes, but we know that people ask us and they want to see that. So we're serving them with giving them that content. But not only that, I like put out tips all the time. I share the latest updates and things that are going on Instagram. I share how to do things like quick and easily, so that you don't have to spend all your time on social media. So not only am I putting myself out there, making myself relatable to people, I'm constantly giving as well. Whereas I think people will use Facebook for more of a connection. So people will go there and it's more of a community to engage in a different way, I think.
So you would say, and I'm thinking about our avatar here, which is speakers, authors and coaches. You would say maybe have the conversations on Facebook, have the group chats that go on underneath threads. But actually on Instagram, it'd be really good if you had a speaking event to actually do a bit of behind the scenes. This is what it's like in my dressing room, or this is me nervous before I'm about to go on.
It all works in building a relationship with people.
Okay.
And that's what people want to see on Instagram. They don't just want to see your business thrown in their face all the time. It's not about, this is what I've got to sell. It's about, look at what my life like includes. Look at what I get to do. This is what I'm doing today. And those people that are attracted to you will then start following you. And that's when you start to put in things about your business as well. We talk about creating a feast. So when you're thinking about content, no matter what business or what niche you're in, we talk about creating a feast, which is fun, educational, ads, stories, and testimonials. Nice. If you include a mixture of all of those things in your content, you know that you're giving your followers like a mixture. So people ask, like, can I promote my product or service? Of course you can, like, openly promote it. But people don't want to see that every single day.
All the time. Mm-hmm.
So with your audience of speakers and coaches and authors, this is where you want people to get to know you, so that when you do put a product out there, they've known the journey that you've gone through to get there. They're relating to you. So I share a lot about what's going on with my boys and the stresses of being a mum, because I know that draws people to me that relate to me, that are mums, that are women, that are trying to juggle everything at the same time.
It makes you real, doesn't it?
It does. And that is what I think overall, whether it's Facebook or Instagram, it's just social media. You need to be honest and you need to be like relatable, because there's going to be whatever your tribe is, they're going to relate to you on a personal level. And then it's after that, when you start building those relationships, that people are then going to be interested in your product, your service, your book, whatever it may be, because they've got to know you as a person, and they buy from a person. People, like, if you have the option of buying, I don't know, a book that you've never heard of and someone's just slapped it in your face on Instagram, is that going to get your attention? It might do if it's a nice picture. Yeah. But the fact is, if you've seen somebody posting for the last 2 weeks saying, oh my God, my book's coming out soon, this is what's going on behind the scenes, here I am prepping for my first book launch, they're going to be like, oh wow, like, this is just somebody like me who's actually creating a book, or, you know, I want to be a part of this. I want them to help me write a book, or I would love to have them speak at my event. So it's about sharing that personal side through your Instagram pictures and not just trying to sell to people.
And it sounds like it'll be a really good platform to document journeys. So if you were writing a book, you can actually do like the year
it's
going up.
It's more about the documenting than creating. I think people just get so caught up in, I need content. I don't know how to create content. There's so much pressure. Like, what content is good content? It's more about documenting as you're going. So like over the weekend when I was in Amsterdam, I was sharing my pictures into my stories. So there was some crazy stuff going down. It wasn't on my main feed. It was in my stories. They did get saved because they're definitely worth going back to look at. But I didn't spam up my main feed, but I did show people, guess what? I'm in Amsterdam. I'm here to see Esther Hicks, but guess what? I'm having a great time too. And it's being that relatable person that people are like, oh yeah, I'm like, she's fun. I'll watch her stories. And then they learn to see who I am. They learn like, oh, she's always sharing Instagram tips, and oh, I'll go watch her live. You know, it's just being able to share as much as you can so that people get to know the person behind the business. And that is then what's going to like sell your product and your service. It's building that relationship with your followers in the first place.
And I think, you know, what you're saying is basically this is the platform to bring your brand to life, isn't it? To give it that personality, to give it that depth, to actually go, rather than just there's a logo. Like, say, for example, if they saw Speaker Insight, they'd be like, but who is behind that brand? Tell us a little bit about your characters. Let's get to know you. The documentation,
and you can have great
conversation.
You know, you can have great conversation. This is another thing with your content. Make sure that you're leaving the opportunity there for people to have a conversation with you. So many people come to me and they say, oh, I don't know what to do about my engagement. Nobody ever comments on my posts. I go through and have a look and I'm like, well, you're not asking anything.
You're not asking.
You're just saying, here I am doing my thing. Thanks for looking. There's nothing to talk about. So you can have such great conversation in the post. But then that's when you can take it to the next level. And like you say, you can drop them a DM. Nobody wants a spammy pammy sending them shit in their inbox. Like, join my group, come check my account out. Wow, your pics are amazing. No, we don't want that. You start the conversation in the feed where people are like going to learn about you, they're going to be interested in knowing more, and then you can drop them a message and say to them, thanks for like getting involved in the post, like, is there anything you want to know, can I help you with anything?
Nice. Being
and that's
really genuine,
again,
isn't it?
you're just building on that relationship.
Yeah, I like it. So you have built this huge platform following, but also the engagement levels. Can you give us a bit of advice on what a typical week of your content would look like? Do you use stories? Do you use just a lot of memes? What's the type of content? How do you use Instagram?
Okay, so we have two different accounts now. We have the Mums in Business Association account, which has been running for around about 2 years. And I also have my personal account now, which has been running for about 2 months.
Okay.
And the reason that we have the two now is because the Mums in Business Association account shows everything to do with Mums in Business Association. And obviously we have so much going on. We've got the books coming out, we've got the events happening, we've got the trainings going on, we've got guest speakers. So there was so much going on. That is now our main account. But I couldn't personally share as many Instagram tips as I wanted to share. So if for anybody that hasn't checked out the Mibba account, the aesthetic is beautiful. It's a nice grid pattern, and you've got like the quotes and you've got the pictures. Let me put it to you straight. It is hard work. It is so much hard work. It looks beautiful, but it's hard work. So if you're thinking about like having that sort of aesthetic, you need to be prepared to put the work in. And this is the reason why I set up the personal account, because there were times I was like, I would find something out and I'd be like, oh my God, I want to share this tip. And I'd have to wait 2 posts to be able to put the post in. So frustrating. So this was why I wanted the personal account, so that I could really show people more about me and what I do, and also share a lot more Instagram tips as and when I wanted to share them. Nice. So but I know it takes a lot of time to manage your account. So for the main feed, we share, like I say, bits of what's going on behind the scenes. But these are always like high quality. I would say anything that goes into your main feed, you want it to be as high quality like pictures as possible. So nice clear pictures. Selfies always work really well. We always seem to see like a rise in likes when we share selfies. But again, this is where you would look at your own insights to see what your followers want to see, because this is going to be different for every single person. Like you ask, what is best for us? The Mibba account, the best thing for us are our quotes. So our Mibba, our plain grey background Mibba quotes, they get like tons of engagement. For my personal account, it's selfies, pictures of me with the boys, the personal posts. So it varies.
The Amsterdam pictures.
The Amsterdam pictures, yes. So again, it varies from Mibba to my own personal. And it's about knowing what your followers want to see and then creating more of that.
And in Instagram, being completely oblivious, is it like Facebook where you have insights, or are you where you can see what's converting the most, or do you just have to keep a check on it?
The simplest way that I tend to tell people, if you've never really looked at your insights and things like that, you can go through and look at just a week's worth of posts. So, for example, you could scroll through a week's worth of posts and write down the likes for each one. So if you see throughout the week, you've got 5 likes on each of your posts, and then all of a sudden you get 25 likes, you know that that content has resonated with your followers. And it's as simple as going through. So we have, can I show you the book?
Yeah, of course you can.
Whilst we're talking about insights. So this is, I don't know if you can see that, the Mibba Guide to Growing Instagram. Inside here, so there's tips at the front of the book, and then there's a page called Weekly Evaluation, and it tells you your most liked, your most commented, and you literally just write it in there and simply go through a week's worth of posts. Just scroll through. Don't overcomplicate it. There's other ways you can do it. There's different ways to check your insights and really look deep into it. But on this sort of level, you just want to scroll through and look at your likes and your comments, see when you posted them, and then post the next week and think, okay, is it the day? Is it the day you're posting? Is it the content you're posting? Making sure that you're posting out at the best times, because posting out at your optimized times is going to help with your engagement as well. So if your followers are online you know that you've got a better chance of them engaging with you. So again, looking at the times that you're posting will make a huge difference.
And that's your avatar, right? Because if you think about Mums in Business Association, you don't want to be doing posts at school runs or pickups or bedtime, you know, those types of things, because your guys aren't going to be online, are they?
No, that's exactly right. We tend to find 9 a.m. in the morning. So usually after drop off, or like when you're sitting in the car waiting for the kids to go in. So 9 o'clock in the morning, 9 p.m. at night time, because the kids are all in bed, people are chilling out, and that's when they're going online. So, and again, there's a space in the book. There's a space. There you go, weekly optimization, and you would just literally write your times in there, and then make sure. So straight away, just from simply looking at your likes and comments and looking at the times you're posting, you're already like making a massive jump towards really connecting with people, and you're not really doing an awful lot. You know, it's not so difficult.
Like it. So let's think about this. I know that we were talking about how to use it. So I'm just got my head on how we use Facebook. So a lot of our regular content we use and we have it scheduled. So my first question, just let me hold these for you. My first question is, do you schedule posts? And if so, what do you use to schedule? The second thing is, we know that video content is probably our biggest conversion. So how can you use video on Instagram? And I know that's probably like the 60-second.
You are writing these questions down, aren't you? Because
I've got a memory like an elephant. And then let's just stick with those two first of all. So scheduling and videos. Okay, so
scheduling, yes, I do schedule my posts. This is because I get super busy, and I also know ahead of time, a lot of the time, what I'm going to want to post about. So I make sure that I have my post scheduled so that I know every single day, regardless of however busy I get, I know that there's going to be content going out. That being said, now I have my personal account, it means that I can post content whenever I like, whereas I couldn't do that on the Mibba account because we had to stick to the pattern.
Right.
So although I do have things scheduled to go out, I do also post real time so that people, like, I can post out what's important to me and what I want to share.
Nice.
So yes, I do schedule. If I recommend somewhere, I would say Later. I'm not affiliated with them in any way, shape or form, but I do absolutely love their platform. It's brilliant. It's a drag and drop system.
Is it L-A? How do you spell it?
Later. Okay. And I would recommend you use it on your laptop or PC rather than your phone, because you get to use so many more things on the desktop
more
version.
Functionality. Perfect. I'll put that in the links. You've got a big shout out from Leah who's saying, yes, Estelle, thanks for putting Leicester Ladies on the map. Can you mix your business and personal posts on Insta, i.e. selfies and quotes, tips?
Yes, 100%. We were just talking about this. It's so important that you do share that personal side of your life, because that is what people are going to relate to when it comes to following you and building your engagement and then making your sales.
Perfect. So let's talk then about videos. How do videos work on Insta?
Okay, videos are brilliant on Instagram. There are lots of ways that you can share video. So first of all, you have the different layers of Instagram. So you have your main feed, you have your Instagram stories, you have your live, and then you have your IGTV.
Okay, yeah.
So I'm going to give you a few tips. Is this okay? I'm going to give you a few time-saving tips. So a way to reuse one piece of content really, really easily. For example, I am going to talk about, I'm trying to think of one of your audience. So maybe you've got a book coming out, or you've got an event coming up, and you want to tell people about this. So you go live onto your, onto your Instagram account. Keep the live less than 10 minutes, okay?
Okay.
You're going to tell people about what it is that you have coming up. So you're really looking forward to speaking at this event, and where can people find out more. So you have then done your live video. So you've gone to one audience. You then save that live, and you can then upload it to IGTV. Okay. So it's then on your IGTV. The benefits of doing this is you can have a live link in your description.
On the IGTV?
Yes.
Okay.
Not only can you have it on your IGTV, but it will also ask you if you want to post a preview onto your main feed, which means that you will then have 1 minute of that video on your main feed. So it will entice people in, and it will then say, watch IGTV to see the full video, and they can tap there to go to your IGTV.
Straight away, nice.
Then you can post either that post directly into your stories, or you can post it from Instagram TV into your stories as well. So that's from one piece of content, you're being able to repurpose it in about 4 or 5 different places. Plus you can also then share the video you've saved into Facebook as well.
So you've literally just covered all the platforms, and you don't have to do any editing of the video to get 60-second clips or anything like that. Wow. Okay. Amy's saying, I cannot get IGTV to work. How do you open it to post a video?
Okay, so there's 2 different ways that you can do it. You can either do it in the standalone app, or you can do it inside Instagram. So if one isn't working, just go over and try the other, or try if you're using the app, try deleting the app and then reinstalling it, because sometimes it's just like a little glitch.
Bit funky. Awesome. Well, if we had nothing, everyone else is loving this. They're saying it's really smart. They're loving all of your tips. So thank you very much. And then the last thing, just on how to use it, is about hashtags. Should there be a standard amount of hashtags? Should you have your signature one? What's your advice on hashtags?
Okay, so you can use up to 30 hashtags on Instagram. I would recommend that you use all 30 because they are ways for you to be found.
Okay.
So
awesome.
Make sure that you are using all 30. And a great way to sort of build user-generated content or hype as you're coming up to a press release or the book launch or an event coming up is to use a branded hashtag. So whatever that hashtag is for your business, yes. So for example, we have each of our networking events have MIBA and then their location. So it could be MIBA Leicester. And what that means is anytime we want to share pictures from MIBA Leicester, we just go to that hashtag. So if you can start encouraging people to use your branded hashtag anytime they come to an event, if you're like the SMS, the social media summit that we have coming up, we will be encouraging people to use the hashtag MIBA SMS 2019. And then that means that all of the people that post using that hashtag, we will then be able to go to that hashtag and find lots of content that people have posted about our event, and we can then reshare that
all
out.
in one place. Love it. Okay. So it's that way of just basically categorizing, organizing, and helping people join conversations that are relevant.
Yes.
You're a superstar. I know you're getting lots of love from this. So I'm going to put the links for people to connect with you on your Instagram. Again, I put it earlier when you were talking about it, and also on your Mums in Business website, so people can see the links all out to all of the groups and things in there as well. How if people are really thinking, okay, I need to up my Instagram game, how can they work with you? What can you offer? What's your advice or your programs?
Okay, so we have lots of different levels of support. We have just launched our Instagram Back to Basics training, which happened about a week ago. It was in a private group, and the response has been incredible. It's been our biggest intake to training yet, and every single person has seen a massive improvement in engagement, followers, sales. So that is now available as the videos alone. The group is closed, but you can access the videos. So anybody that's wanting to know, like we were talking about, insights, stories, we literally cover from setting up your account right the way through to checking your insights. So that is like a brilliant base for people to start from. We have our VIP area, which has over 30 different trainings on things all to do with business. So branding, photography, mindset, blogging. And there's 5 specific trainings in there for Instagram. So if you really want to go and get involved, the VIP is a great place to find out lots of things. We also have a code for you guys. So if you want to check out the VIP, you can use the code half price live.
Is that lowercase?
It won't make any difference.
Half price.
Yeah, and you guys can go and check that out. You can cancel at any time, and there's 5 Instagram trainings in there, as well as 2 hashtag directories. So for anybody that's struggling with hashtags, there are 1,500 hashtags in each of the directories, and they're broken down into 65 categories. So it's the
Amy's
Lazy Girls Guide.
She
the
put,
Lazy Girls Guide.
Hate hashtags.
So you need to go and check that out. So that's the VIP. And then we have our one-to-one coaching sessions, which are 1 hour or 2 hours, depending on the sort of level of support that you need. And this is where we would take like a really personalized and in-depth look at your business and how we can specifically put steps in place to reach the targets you want, whether that's like more sales or more engagement. We work specifically on what you want to achieve.
Brilliant. I know I've referred Dawn, I think she might be watching this, to you on that, because I know that's exactly what she needs at the moment. So it's brilliant. I mean, we can't wait for the book. We can't wait, because that's just going to be the dream, filling all the charts. So I've put all the links and everything so people can connect with you. And I know you're in the hub as well. So if you want to connect with Estelle in the hub, then just tag her. And she's always active. She's always great when people are talking about either parenting or Insta or managing a business and juggling them both. But we really appreciate your time today. We know you've given loads of insight. So if you're watching this on the replay, guys, put #replay, tag us in the comments if you've got questions, and we'll get back to you. But
I would love to know if you like have any feedback. You can head on over to today's Instagram post. Leave the hashtag MIBAIG live, and I will then know that you've come over specifically from today's live, and I can come then and check out your Instagram accounts as well. So by using that hashtag, again, we will be able to keep track on who's over there. Let me know your biggest takeaway. What was your favorite tip from today, or any feedback you have? And I would love to know, and I'll come over and check out your account.
Oh, bless you. We might have to set up an Instagram account just to do that.
Go and do it. Check out the Back to Basics training. It will teach you everything you need to know, and then you need to go do your account.
Oh, definitely. When we start setting up, you'll be the first person we come to.
Yay!
Have a great week. Enjoy the sunshine, everyone.
Thank you.
I won't be here next week. I'll be in Spain, but Helena will be looking after you. So enjoy the rest of the summer. Take care, everyone. See you later.